Let's make sure it records. Is it recording? Start recording. Okay, it should be recording. Good Lord. Okay, so what I'm going to show you today, guys, is the Works Cited page. Ultimately, this is kind of like what it will look like. If you haven't opened up your Microsoft Word document or started it, you need to. If you've got your research paper like already going, it's the last page of your research paper. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to like scroll down. For me, I'd have to hit return and go to like a new page, right? On that new page, you will center and you will type in Works Cited. You should already have it set up where your last name goes up here. If you don't have that set up, then you need to do that. One really easy way to get your format correct for your research paper, guys, is when you go to like open a document. See right up here where it says templates? If you type in MLA, it brings it up. And you can select it, hit create, and then all you have to do is like fill it in. Right? Course number would be English, pre-AP, what is this, 4th? The date, you know what I mean? So if you don't know how to do it, that is how you can do that. Anyway, this is already formatted. So I type in Works Cited. My Works Cited aspect is centered, but the rest of it is left aligned. Now I'm going to show you two ways you can find your citations or do your citations, all right? If you want basic formatting because you don't know how to do it, you don't want YouTube. That's not what we're looking at, although I do want that later. The basic formatting stuff can be found by, if you go to Google, you type in MLA citation. This very first, well, I guess it's not the first one. See where it says Purdue Writing Lab? This is like your bread and butter. This tells you everything you need to know. If you go into the Purdue Writing Lab, this drives me insane that this keeps showing. I wish I could find a way to close it. Okay, and basically it gives you all the information that you need right over here. It tells you how to do in-text citations, all that kind of stuff. It gives you a Works Cited page, and then you just decide what kind of source you have. Like Shadow and Bone is a book, right? So I could type in, or I could go right here where it says Works Cited page, books. And it gives me information over here, like basic format of how to set it up. So book with one author, which would be Shadow and Bone. And it tells me how to do that. Of course, there's an even easier way to do it. I'll show you really quickly. If you got your article, okay, because you have to cite it on here as well. Your article has to be cited also. If you got your article from Google Scholar, you just go back to Google Scholar and you type in your article's name. Does somebody have their article with them, or you remember the title of your article? Anybody? Okay, that's all right. We'll do it the last period. So if this was your article, just as an example, see this little quotation things right down here? If you click on them and you select this first one because you want MLA. MLA stands for Modern Language Association. I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to paste it. Now I do want to see this little second paste option. This means that I merge the formatting, which means they'll take the formatting from the web page and they'll make it like the formatting in my paper. So I want to merge the formatting, and then there's my citation right there. Now there are certain things that you have to understand about citing stuff. One, see how this goes on more than one line, like this citation falls onto 3 lines? The first line is left, all the way to the left. Any line below that, I tab it over. Now notice I hit tab and the whole thing tabbed. The easy way to solve that is you hit enter one time and then you hit tab and it will tab over correctly. Okay? Now let's say this isn't all my sources, right? This is just my article. I've also got to put in my other sources. Let's say I'm going to do Fahrenheit 451, right? I have several options. I can go to the Purdue website, like I showed you, and I can just follow that basic formatting, right? It's the author's last name and then the first name. I feel like, yeah, right here they tell you, right? So it'd be like Bradbury, comma, Ray, period. The title of the book is 451. The city of publication, I'd have to look that up in my PDF, okay? But there's a much easier way. If I go to Google Scholar and I type in, I don't know why I keep capitalizing the A. See this first thing? Oh, look, it's the book. And then all I have to do is hit this little quotation mark. Oh, but no, it's not the book. I got to make sure it's the right one. There's the right one. Oh, but go back. Hit the quotation mark. There you go. And then I don't have to worry about knowing or remembering or figuring out the format. So then I just come over here. I do the same thing. I merge my formatting so it matches. Now this doesn't go on to a second line, so my next one would come right over here. It's Bardugo, and it's Lee, so on and so forth. I'm not going to keep typing. Okay. Some things. First off, it's got to be in alphabetical order. So Bradbury starts with the B and DeWall starts with the D. So Bradbury's got to come first. So I'm just going to cut it and I'm going to paste it up here. If I can make that work right. I'm going to paste it right up here. I don't have to indent DeWall because it's a new source, right? It stays to the left. Every time I start a new source, it goes back to the left. I only indent information that is with the same source. Like this information is all about DeWall, but it falls on separate lines, so I indent it. This tells my reader that all of this information goes together. But I'm going to go back over to the left again if I start a new source. Like Bardugo would go back over here. Of course, Bardugo begins with a B, and it would fall before Bradbury, so I'd put it up there. Okay, do you see how that works? That is how you do your Works Cited page. You have to have one. The purpose of a Works Cited page is to tell your readers where they can locate your sources that you used within your paper. Now, there is one thing that's left off here that they added to MLA. Bradbury is in print because it's a book. DeWall is on the web because I got it off the internet. It's the only thing that you need to add that is not added up here. Does that make sense? Okay, does anybody even have any questions? Your Works Cited page needs to be included with your research paper. It is the last page of your research paper. It is super easy. It's not hard to do if you just use your brain. All right? Okay, guys, that's it. Y'all get to typing. And remember, if you are not here, I'm going to post this video online. Stop recording. Yes.